how to stop smoking. I'm Nate, I'm the FitFutureMD, upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up the free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. High quality tees, inspirational messages. Wear your inspiration today and use code FitFutureMD for 20% off. So, I got this question on my on one of my shorts the other day, and for those of you that don't know, is that I used to smoke cigarettes, and from 18 to 28 years old, I was a hardcore, heavy cigarette smoker. Matter of fact, my roommate in college used to call me Smokey McGriff because my room would always be filled with cigarette smoke, right? So, for 8 years now, I'm 37, so 28 years, well, 9 years now then. So, at 28 years old, I quit smoking, right? So, if I was gonna try to quit smoking today, this is what I would do. Number one, I'm gonna start with my brain, my mind, right? So I'm gonna use affirmations to change my mindset, right? So these are the 3 affirmations I would say, and I would say them 5 to 10 times a day, almost every time you want a cigarette, really, right? So I'm gonna say, I am a non-smoker. I am not an addict. Cigarettes do not have control of my life. And I would say that 5 to 10 times a day for at least a month, right? And I'm not changing anything else other than that, right? For at least a month, okay? So at this time, while I'm doing this, I'm counting the number of cigarettes that I'm having every day naturally, right? So for me, when I was going to quit, I probably tried to quit for, at least 3 years, right? So when I was trying to quit, I figured out that I was smoking 40 cigarettes a day, almost 2 packs a day, right? So, after I've done the month of affirmations, I'm gonna continue the affirmations, but I'm gonna start reducing the number of cigarettes I have every day, right? So if I'm at 40, I'm gonna go to 30. When I get, I do 30 for a week. After a week of 30, I'm gonna drop to 20. Then I'm gonna drop to 10. Then I'm gonna drop to 5. Then I'm gonna drop to 2, right? So at this point in my journey, I was probably down to, 7 to 8 cigarettes a day, when I actually quit, right? And that is when I used a free sample of the drug Chantix, right? So I had already gotten down to between 5 and 8 cigarettes a day, and then I used the extra things that doctors may prescribe, or the Nicorette gum, or all that kind of stuff. You already got the affirmations in your mind. You've already changed your mindset that you're not a smoker, right? So what the Chantix does, and there are side effects to Chantix, and they are not pleasant, right? But what the Chantix does is it makes the craving for a cigarette go away, right? So, but I did a trial period on that, and when the trial was done, I wasn't smoking anymore, and I wasn't using Chantix anymore, right? I also had some dental surgery at the time, and they told me if I was a smoker, I was going to have what's called dry socket. Well, guess what? I got dry socket anyway. So, but, after that, I never really smoked again, right? So that's when I'm going to go cold turkey. I went from 40 cigarettes down to 5 to 8. And then I tried to give it up, right? Now, I'm not ashamed of having a little help to try to give it up, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So if you're addicted to other things, you know, heroin, alcohol, any other drug that has like withdrawal side effects, there's nothing wrong with going to get help, right? Nothing wrong with that. And a lot of this stuff that's addictive, you have to get help. But the biggest thing, the difference between the way I would do addiction versus like an AA, or the AA, you know, says I am an alcoholic. Well, I'm the opposite of that. I would say I am not an alcoholic. I am not an addict, and alcohol does not have control of me in my mind. Instead of the other way around, saying I'm an alcoholic, I can't do nothing about it, one day at a time. Like, no, we're not doing that, right? That's the difference between the way I would do it and the way I did it, right? So, lastly, you know, during that time where you're reducing your cigarettes, you have to figure out what causes or what triggers you to have cigarettes, right? So, could be coffee, could be food, what foods. For me personally, it was alcohol that caused me to want more cigarettes. So, right, I may have, you know, have had 5 or 6 cigarettes a day, and then I have a drink, and all of a sudden I'm up to 2 packs, right? So for me, I had to give up alcohol to give up cigarettes, right? So I haven't had a drink in over 9 years either, right? And that's just, that was just a trigger for me, right? It was something, you know, I could control my inhibitions, and then alcohol would let those inhibitions go, right? So I quit drinking and I quit smoking, right, at the same time. But the biggest thing is those affirmations, you believing those affirmations. I am a non-smoker now. I am not an addict. And cigarettes do not control my life. And those affirmations are in my mind forever, period. I will never be under the influence of a cigarette ever again, period. Never. And, you know, that is the mindset that you have to switch into no matter what. So even if you can extend it to food, right, and you're having trouble with cookies or candy or cakes or whatever, I am a person that does not eat these things, period. It's changing that mindset, right? So, you know, and if you go into that, you got the affirmations, and, you know, you attempt your quitting, and you get a trigger and you smoke a cigarette, well, you know that you got to avoid that trigger, right? There's also another way where you can have triggers, and, you know, train your mind to, same thing with affirmations. So if you could add that trigger in, right? You say, when I drink, I don't smoke, or something like that. But I just chose to get rid of the trigger for me, right? But that'll be up to you. I just wanted to come up here and tell you the steps of how I quit smoking. Basically it's changed my life, right? You know, I never realized how bad things could stink, right? Or how bad I stunk, you know? So I'm sitting here like, you know, thinking I smell good, or thinking I got good breath. I mean, I can't even believe that, you know, after smelling what, you know, cigarette smoke and stuff like that smells like, I can't even believe that someone ever loved me, right? Or someone ever wanted to be around me, right? That I was ever popular at all, right? Or that I was ever, that even people even ever talked to me, right? You know, when you realize you're on the other side of that, you know, because, you know, back in the day, you know, that was the cool guy on TV. That was the, you know, the one that smoked. Well, not anymore, right? Not anymore. Those are the losers, right? They're smoking because they got a problem. Well, I don't have a problem. I am the problem and it's in your mind, right? So just want to come up here. This is how I would stop smoking, right? Say any of the medicational stuff, definitely, get your help from your doctor, or if you need it, most likely you're not going to need it, right? Like I said, I was on a free trial for 2 weeks and never picked it back up, right? Because I got rid of the trigger, right? I changed my mindset. I'm not a smoker. I'm not an addict. And cigarettes do not control my life. Alcohol does not control my life. Period. I control my life. I'm Nate. I'm the Fit Future MD. Shop at Ensorsale.com. What you wear every day matters. Success is in your habits. Code FitFutureMD for 20% off, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.